Hello, I'm Nicholas Jeffrey, and today I'm going to kind of share the effects of leadership styles. So I'll have my video in the presentation when done. So first I'm going to talk about transformational leadership. Transformational leadership is what inspires and motivates staff to achieve shared goals, encourages innovation and continuous quality improvement, promotes professional growth and accountability, and then also improves employee engagement and patient outcomes. The next leadership style I'm going to talk about is a servant leadership. This prioritizes the needs of patients and team members, builds trust, empathy, and collaboration. Also encourages ethical decision making and compassionate care. This also helps strengthen the teamwork and staff satisfaction and making sure everybody is happy. Now that's kind of hard to do, but that's what makes a great leader. So why leadership style matters? Um, it benefits the healthcare team tremendously, and it promotes effective communication among interdisciplinary teams, builds trust, collaboration, and helps with employee engagement, improves conflict resolution and staff morale, also supports a culture of patient safety and high quality care. Some key leadership skills is demonstrate cultural competence by respecting diverse backgrounds, beliefs, and perspectives. Practices active listening to allow for every team member to be heard and valued. Promote equity by providing fair opportunities for professional growth and development. Having open communication and create a safe work environment for everybody. That is super big. Lead with empathy, fairness, and respect to build trust among patients and healthcare staff. So next I'm going to talk about a little bit of leadership behaviors. So this is for personal norms and values. First, I got personal beliefs, ethics, and experiences shape how leaders communicate and make decisions. Self-awareness helps leaders adapt their leadership style to meet the needs of the staff and patients. Integrity, empathy, and accountability, this builds trust and credibility. And as an organization's mission, vision, and culture influence, leaderships are expected to show this in their kind of culture that they show other people and the staff. Leaders aligned with their leadership style with the organizational goals, policies, and standards. So just going by, say, a hospital, for instance, they're going by their policies, the goals, and creating the next steps for everybody. So next I'm going to get a little into the Christian worldview values. So everybody is created under the image of God and deserves respect and compassion. Having effective healthcare leaders value each patient and team member, regardless of their background, culture, or beliefs. Leadership should provide fairness, empathy, and equal opportunities for all. So we should all take care of one another and treat everybody the same. Recognizing the value of every individual helps be able to build trust, teamwork, and positive workplace culture throughout the whole hospital or wherever healthcare establishment you may be. A lot of this goes a long way, so just making sure that we're teaching our Christian values to everybody and the patients as we go to work every day. Next, I'm going to talk about the human dignity. So leadership should uphold the dignity of every patient, family member, and healthcare professional. This means that we're showing every patient, family member the respect that we would ask for in the return. So treating others like this goes again. Leadership is treating everybody with the same kindness, integrity, and respect that we would want in return. Inclusive leadership encourages ethical decision making, cultural sensitivity, and professional responsibility. So, making proper decisions and having cultural awareness with who we're talking to, what patients we're talking to, what family we're talking to, what team member we're talking to. It all goes for everybody. So, um, like I said, decision making is also a big thing of human dignity and just making a good decision. Um, so also I want to talk about a little bit of supporting diversity and promoting justice. This is what reflects the Christian ways. Also, this improves collaboration and patient self-centered care. So then I'm going to talk a little bit about just overall why leadership is it is very important in healthcare, and if there's not a proper leadership, then it really affects the way that we do things every day, and it definitely impacts our patients big time. I've even seen, as a surgical technologist, I've seen a lot of good and bad leadership. Good leadership, it definitely shows, and patients are happy, staff are really happy. So that goes a long way. And bad leadership can end up being a really bad thing, can end up turning on everybody. I've seen in the past a lot of people turn on each other, even though it's not our fault, it's more of leadership's fault. So, yeah, people get all bunched up and unhappy, and that leads to poor patient care. So that's kind of our ultimate goal, is to be able to take care of our patients and have a smile on our face and be happy where we are. That's kind of the ultimate goal of having good, proper leadership styles and proper ways. So yeah, the two leaderships I talked about was transformational leadership and servant leadership. These are basically ways of helping motivate staffs and goals of the hospitals. Being able to get those goals is helps grow the community, I think, in a way. Holding everybody accountable that need to be accountable. Also, just prioritizing patients' needs and team members, of course, building trust with our team members, empathy and collaboration. This is very important. When we come to work every day, we got to rely on them. They got to rely on us to ultimately go home that night. So, and make our patients happy. Teamwork is a big part of leadership. I feel like behind leadership, there's a good team. Having teamwork, that you work together, trust everybody, and just having an ultimate all-around patient or staff satisfaction. That's what builds a good team. So, like, I highlighted some of those key leadership styles, but the kind of the main ones that I want to poke out was just having good open communication with each other, um, making sure everybody's on the same page. Now with technology and stuff like that, we use a lot of our responding on text or some sort of healthcare app. But if you can try, go and talk to the person, because that kind of communication is more open, and it leads to better outcomes if you talk to them in person, and that creates a good, safe work environment. Just having empathy, fairness, and respect for each other, for the healthcare staff and also patients. active listening. That's a big one. I really wanted to get down on is active listening is so important, especially when we're talking to our patients. We want to be able to understand what their needs are and what they're asking for, because if not, that leads to poor um, patient satisfaction. Um, Learning the family values of the patient is another big thing, and yeah, ultimately just making our patients happy, and of course our team members, and then we all are good to go. All right, so that's my presentation. Thank you guys for listening. Have a good rest of your day.